Hey everybody, this is Christopher Gimmer from Bootstrap.com and welcome to part 11 of our Bootstrap 3 tutorial. Today we're going to be modifying the CSS of our common elements within Bootstrap. So first thing we want to do is open up our custom CSS file. In previous videos we've added a bit of custom styling, including some Google fonts and just a bit of padding. And now we're going to add quite a bit more to this. Just to save time in our tutorial, I've already identified what colors I'm going to use, and I've just added comments here so that I can copy and paste them easily. So first thing we're going to work on is the navbar. So we're going to go navbar default, background color, and I'm just going to use this navy blue color here. Border color, same thing. Or sorry, border color is white and color white as well. Okay, so now we have a nice navy blue color for the navbar. Next we're going to work on the brand. So we're going to navbar default, navbar brand, and we want our text to be white. So now we got the white brand there. And now we want to change the link color when we hover over that. So we're going to go navbar default, navbar brand, hover. And again, navbar default, navbar brand, focus. So if you're adding multiple lines or multiple classes and you want the same styling, just add a comment after each line and then make sure the last line is when you open up the brackets. Okay, so here we're going to use kind of a turquoisey color and background color transparent. So now in our brand, when we hover over a Bootstrap A, you'll notice that the color of the link turns to turquoise. Okay, and now we're going to work on the right side. So we're going to navbar default, navbar nav, sorry, before I do that, forgot to change the link color. So we're navbar nav, LI, A, and I'm going to change that to white. So now our link colors are white here. And now we're going to do the active class here, which what I started to do a little prematurely. So we're going to navbar default, navbar nav, active, A. I'm going to copy that, paste that, change that to hover, copy that, and add focus. And here, color white, how many Fs we got there? And background color, I'm going to use a darker shade of navy blue. Okay, so now you'll notice the active around the home is now navy blue instead of the default gray. So now we're going to change the link colors to turquoise as well when we hover over them. So we're going to navbar default, navbar nav, LI, A, hover. I'm going to copy that, focus, color, going to grab the turquoise, and background color transparent. So now all of the colors in all the links in our navbar are now turquoise when we hover over them. And last thing, if we click on our themes drop down, you'll notice that it still has the gray around it when it becomes active. So we're going to change that to the navy blue as well. So we're going to go navbar default, navbar nav, open. So open is when you basically click on it and it remains active. I'm going to copy this, add hover, and add focus. So background color, we're going to take that darker shade navy blue again, and the text color white. So now we click on our themes, the text color stays white, and we have the dark shade of navy blue around it. So that's all we need to do for our navbar. And now we're going to work on the buttons. So first one we're going to use is the primary, which is the blue button. So we're going to change the background color, and we're going to use the same navy blue as our navbar. Border color, same thing, and color white. Okay, so now we have the navy blue color for the primary button, which is by themes. But notice when we hover over it, we still have that light blue default style. So we're going to change that now. BTN primary hover, BTN primary focus, BTN primary active. Okay, now for the purposes of this theme, you can get away with just including these lines of code. But if you were to look at the Bootstrap CSS, the standard Bootstrap CSS file, they also include this code as well, because if you're depending on how you're using your buttons, like as drop downs, then you need to include some of these classes as well. So we're going to go open, drop down toggle, BTN primary. Okay. Now here, color white again. Background color. Going to use darker shade. And border color. Darker shade as well. Okay, so now when we hover over our primary button, which is our by themes button, you'll see that the color is a bit darker. Now, it gets pretty easy from here on out because we can just copy this for our success button and just change success to, or primary to success in each case here. Oops, and obviously adjust the color as well. Okay, so now that's set up, I'm going to go down here. The colors I want to use. Oops. Okay, so now our success button. Oops, I think I copied the wrong color here. Yes, I did. Oh, this should be white. There we go. So now our success color is more of a turquoisey green as opposed to that very bright green that comes default. And the last button we want to do is our default button, which right now is white, and we're going to turn that into gray. So again, we're going to copy the code from our last button, change that to default, change that to default here, and I'm going to grab the colors down here. Okay, now when we go to our contact form, now we have the grayish button as opposed to the white. And that pretty much wraps up all the CSS modifications that we're going to make. In the next video, we're going to add some CSS transition and transform effects to our thumbnails. So what that's going to do is once we hover over our pictures, it's going to zoom in a little bit and just give it a bit of a cool effect. So make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.